She's a Capricorn. You should know it by now.
I know.
Hi, welcome to Kpop Cancelled. My name is Angelina.
And my name is Audrey.
And today we're going to go on Kpop rants, or r/Kpop rants on Reddit. And we're gonna see what people are saying and offer our unsolicited advice. How exciting! So we recently, or not too long ago, we did an episode of Am I the K-pop Villain?
Yes, we did.
And it was fun. I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, but I think they like it better when we're like roasting things. He gets so mad at her.
Are you okay, Kevin? You will survive?
We're gonna go check out what people are saying. You know, there's groups, there's members leaving their groups left, right, and center.
I feel like it might be the worst year since like 2019?
2014. There's actually, I remember I went through it briefly just to see like if it would be worth doing this as an episode. And someone literally wrote, "It is insulting that anyone is saying that 2022 was the worst year in K-pop." And you just said that.
Well, I feel like it is. There's so much stuff. There's so much people who's leaving the groups.
I know.
With no excuses. I
just thought it was funny that the first thing you said is that 2022 is like one of the worst years.
And then
years can be like, fuck, I don't know where to go from here.
Well, it can be in a span of 5 years. Before it was what, 2015?
Like, we don't have to talk about people dying, just that we acknowledge that yes, there are terrible, absolutely horrible, heartbreaking years in K-pop. But when we're saying this was the worst year in K-pop, it's more like it's not that deep.
It's from what's happening right now. Because I remember that before it was like 2018 that people said that it was one of the worst year of K-pop. But I feel like this year, 2022, is worse than 2018.
It's bad in different ways, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about death, but, you know, musically, things have gone into the shitter, I think. 36 idols have left their group.
36, not just like 5 or 6. 36.
But just, I don't know, like, I've never really seen anyone say 2022 is the worst year. Or if they say that, it's more like an exaggeration.
It is. Like I said, it may be the worst, but of course it's not the worst. But the industry learned from that.
I hope so.
And I
really
feel
hope
like
so.
We have like 36 people who left groups. And that's maybe because of what they learned from what happened before.
That's an excellent point, because I think about this often. There's idols in the past, they've had to literally sue their companies and they still couldn't get out of their contracts that were too long. It was too strenuous. And now we see idols leaving all the time, and I'm almost happy for them, because I don't think it's necessarily that they did anything wrong, but it's just, it's not meant for you. And how would you know that until you experience it, that it's not meant for you?
Earlier this year, there was a lot of scandals. That's why people left the groups. But recently, in the few recent months, that there's like no explanation why they're leaving. They're just leaving.
No associated scandals to it. It's just, it wasn't really a good fit, maybe.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, obviously 2022 is not the worst year.
No, it's just like the worst in terms of leaving groups.
If we talk more lighthearted and, you know, not consider every single possible aspect of the issue, like, it's a shit year. It's not the best
It was not the best.
So there's something, you know, it's not a great year, but that's not the topic as of right now. I'm going to go on to r/Kpop rants and we're going to check it out. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video
with friends you don't have.
And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and Audrey.
Me only on Instagram. And we have the podcast on Spotify, right?
We're uploading it slowly on Spotify, like a week after it gets uploaded on YouTube, because I want... You know, it is a video podcast.
Yeah.
So I can imagine if you just hear like a dog hacking in the background... Like, that's probably not idea. Do you see Meisha? She's just sitting there staring at me. That's literally all she does in life. It makes me feel weird.
She thinks you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I do want to point out that the first thing I see on this is mod post. Temporary ban on Blackpink stage presence, performance, etc. posts. So people just keep talking.
They keep talking about Blackpink?
Yeah, and their stage presence. So now it's effectively been banned.
Oh my god. So we'll not talk about Blackpink in this episode, I guess.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, go continue.
She's so stable, too. Okay. So let's go to the next one. So the next one is K-pop stans do not understand business.
True.
I think it's true.
It's so true.
People on the internet don't understand the internet.
No.
I'll get into it later.
Don't understand the internet?
How the internet works. Because people will get mad at other people for doing something.
Yeah.
And then in return, they amplify the voices that they don't want amplified because they want to get a chance to hate on somebody.
I see.
But then you make that person famous.
Yeah.
So that's probably not what this is about, but let's continue. Yeah, and water is wet. I don't think K-pop stans realize how much COVID screwed up everything when it comes to the business side of things. With the recent disbandment of several Nugu groups, it's possible that some of this can be linked to COVID. Nugus heavily relied on busking and other live events to keep them afloat. All of that was shut down when COVID hit. Plus, there are other unknown costs that we don't know about. Now, I'm seeing people saying that the companies gave up on the groups too quickly because they didn't have their viral moment. I'm not denying that there are shitty companies. However, if the groups are not bringing in money, then the likelihood of them disbanding is pretty high. Pre-COVID, about 100 groups debuted a year. Out of those 100, only 5% survive. You can imagine what those numbers are like post-COVID. I get that stans love their favorites, but companies do not run off love, they run off money. There are a lot of people impacted by this sort of thing besides the idols. I also do not understand why people view being an idol as some sort of special job that is immune to the effects of the economy. It is a job that gets hurt by the economy just like any other. Just like people in other jobs, they have to find a new one, get on some sort of assistance or whatever. I hope I'm not coming off as cold-hearted, but it's life. Some of my favorite groups have disbanded this year, and I'm bummed about it, but I've been into K-pop for years. It happens, to be honest, sometimes disbanding might be the best thing for groups. Many groups do not get paid sometimes for years after they debut. Disbanding and allowing them to be free to go support themselves is better than holding them hostage because I want to see them.
No, it's true. I feel like maybe that's why I'm kind of reticent to stand new generations of groups.
Okay.
Because, I'm getting old. Like, I'm an old hag.
Yeah.
But they're much younger than me, so I feel like a bit weird about that. But it's mostly because I'm scared for them to be disbanded. Just for example, like Bugaboo just disbanded.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
shit.
Bugaboo disbanded.
Okay.
But it's been like almost a year. They didn't do their first year anniversary yet. Like they debuted like 10 or 11 months ago.
Okay.
Ish. I didn't stand Bugaboo, but I feel like they were pretty well established for new girl group.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it is hard to get into maybe lesser known groups because not even the established groups are safe. Like Everglow. What the hell's going on with Everglow?
What the hell is going on? And then I stand Tempest, but they're from the same company, so I'm kind of scared for them. Well, it's doing well for them, but I'm kind of scared to have them disbanded. Like, it's always in the back of my mind that something might happen with them.
Especially since, like, what the fuck is going on with Everglow?
Exactly.
I feel like also they're probably going to disband or I don't know. Like, I don't want to say that and put that into the universe.
Like,
but
they just canceled their
Southeast Asian tour. They just canceled it out of the blue. Yeah. And then we've mentioned before that they changed leaders and Iran was in China for a long time. And Like, I'm pretty sure she's back, but where are they?
She's back, but she's not there. So that's weird.
Exactly. So I do wholeheartedly agree with the whole K-pop is a business. It's literally a business. It doesn't run off of love. Companies do not care about you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. Their main thing is to make money. And if they're not making money, forget it.
I feel like they will know you until you've reimbursed your debt.
Huh?
No?
I meant like, they don't know us. They don't know us.
Oh, I thought you were I feel like you were talking about they don't really know their idols. They just want to make money from them.
I mean, that too. Like, I'm sure there are some companies and idols who have like good relations, like between idol and CEO. But at the end of the day, like, no matter what, it's not just like in the idol industry, in the K-pop industry. If you're working for someone above you, it's to line their pockets. They don't have so much love for you. You're literally a product to them.
And you have so much depth to them.
Yeah, as an idol, you have a lot of debt. But just in general, any job that you do where you work for someone else, you're lining their pockets.
Yeah.
And we're lining YouTube's pockets right now.
Yeah,
so you're welcome. It's not much, but yeah. So I agree with this rant.
Me too. I agree. It's so sad though.
It's all but a business, and the minute you're not useful anymore, goodbye.
You're just out.
Yeah. So let's move to the next one.
Maybe that's why 36 people left their groups.
You never know.
They're not useful to the company.
Yeah, to be like a fly on the wall when these conversations happen.
I hate that.
You hate that saying?
I hate it.
Just to be able to know why these idols are leaving. Like, obviously,
what happened?
Everyone feels that way.
Yeah.
But there's some people who are like, stop making assumptions. That's all we can do. We can only make assumptions because we don't know.
We really don't know.
So this is the next one. My one big issue with IVE.
Oh.
What's
after like
you? Okay. First off, I want to say I love IVE's music, or at least their title tracks, since their B-sides are forgettable to me. But I was really enamored by their debut. Loved IVE is probably the best first comeback a GG has had in a long time. After like wasn't as good, but I loved the music video. Your face. I like After Like now, but I didn't love it at first.
I love it.
So much. Okay, After Like wasn't as good, but I loved the music video for it. So much, in fact, that I made an entire video dissecting the intricacies of the practical effects they used. Overall, I see why a lot of people stand them and crown them as being rookies of the year. It's understandable. But I just can't stand their live performances. They're so boring to watch live. I'm sorry. It sucks because Love Dive and After Like are such fun songs with interesting choreo, but I just don't sell the performances for me. I need you to show me that you are invested in the performances. I don't know what they mean by that.
I think they mean that they're just blank faces and don't look invested in the performance.
Well, it's because they put like a colon. Fuck.
A semicolon.
Let's not get into.
It's a semicolon.
It's not a semicolon because it's just the two dots.
It's a colon.
They put a colon. So I don't get what they meant. I don't know where they were going with this, but anyways.
Okay.
First, singing live, they basically don't. They really don't.
No.
That's genuinely not hate. They almost never sing live. Go listen to both MAMA and MMA performances, and you may hear Iso hit one note and Liz maybe one other time. But besides that, it's 100% backtrack.
Well, everybody on MAMA was kind of backtracking.
J-Hope was killing it.
I didn't watch it.
Because she's a BTS auntie. That's a topic for another video. She's not even denying it anymore. I don't even think I heard IVE at all, to be honest. I think it was all pre-recorded vocals.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a live vocal in sight.
No.
And look, I honestly don't hate lip syncing or pre-recorded vocals as much as most people do, but come on. Even aespa threw a little here and there, and I almost never hear IVE singing live at all.
aespa a little here and there?
Where? I'm sorry, but
It's so true. I've never heard them live.
Just Coachella.
Yeah, except
Coachella.
In Coachella. And
otherwise,
when they were at the festival that was a flop. LA stuff.
LA something. But here and there, I don't know about that.
No.
Moving on. Second, sell the dance. It might be harder because the company loves to give them like heels or some other higher platform shoe to perform Love Dive. And I'm like, no, give them some comfortable shoes and some better choreo. Even when they have this, the power seems very lacking compared to other groups. Give Le Sserafim After Like It's Over. Chaewon's eating that up.
Okay, but you're comparing pears and oranges. Is it the
No, I like that. Pears and oranges. I think it's apples and oranges. But like, I like that. Continue. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just thinking, went through the whole punctuation thing and now we're going through.
It's because Le Sserafim are so much more stronger dancers than Hive. Hive, their concept is like fluidity, royal luxury stuff. And Le Sserafim, I feel like it's more, not girl crush, not teen crush, but like they stomp the floor when they dance.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
So, of course, if you gave the choreo Love Dive to Le Sserafim, it won't be danced the same way.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I think the comparison is kind of easy to be made because they both have 2 IZ*ONE members in each group and they both debut near the same time. So I think it's natural people would want to make comparisons, but I get what you mean. Yeah, like the groups themselves are different.
They're really different, and I feel like it's the training from the companies that is different because I don't know if you ever seen that, but there's a lot of people who do videos comparing like how did SM, YG, Hybe, and JYP will dance that specific song.
I have seen those, yeah.
And it's never the same.
True. But just to play devil's advocate a bit, like at least 4 members trained for did the same training for a couple years.
But so it's pears and oranges for me.
Pears and oranges. Third, stage presence. They just aren't all that for me. I like to dissect stage presence as a hobby, and I just don't really do it for me. Wonyoung has basically stayed the exact same as a performer since IZ*ONE. Like, she's consistent AF, and I will give her props, but she acts so cookie cutter on stage. I do think Ray and Yujin make up some slack, but it's just not enough compared to other groups. Overall, again, I don't hate this group. I love their music, but unfortunately, I can never watch them live when I could be watching any other GG right now. I'll blast 11 in my car going to school, but you won't catch me watching the performances of it. Apologies to IVE stans.
Well, I don't really watch lives either, but what can you do more with that? With facial expressions? Nothing. You can't pull a Suki from Billy with Love Dive.
I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think any performance can have good stage presence. It doesn't matter if it's slow. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if this or that. You can have great stage presence no matter what the song.
I feel like they do have good stage presence, but they are a bit lacking in it. But yeah. Wonyoung is the one who does have the more stage presence.
I'm not sure. Like, I kind of agree that she is more cookie cutter and that she's been so consistent.
Yeah, she is.
Through IZ*ONE to now. Like, her performances have not changed at all. Here's the thing. I do agree certain songs require more oomph when it comes to facial expressions and all that jazz. But if you have live vocals, it kind of comes hand in hand with the stage presence almost, because I feel more of a connection.
Pushing more?
Yeah, I feel more of a connection if I can hear your live vocals. You can have a blank-ass face, but if I'm hearing live vocals, I feel more of a connection. I feel like there's more presence to begin with. So lip-syncing already takes away so much from what you could be giving as a performance, I think. So I think that's probably their biggest downfall. How? And Le Sserafim, they've had a mixed bag of performances, but they do sometimes They do. You made me lose my thought with your dirty joke.
Sometimes. My dirty joke? Was it dirty? Doo-doo is dirty?
It's poo-poo.
Really? I didn't know that. But yeah, they don't... Well, they do...
We're not...
They do.
We're not like this, I promise.
They do live performances. They don't lip sync often.
Yes, but they do lip sync sometimes.
Yeah.
But when they do lip sync, their energy is still pretty up there. They still have really good facial expressions and all that. So I agree. I feel like IVE is very similar to aespa.
But I feel like if you give to IVE Anti-Fragile, it will not be like what they're used to perform.
Absolutely not. I think that's the point they were making. Like, if you gave IVE Anti-Fragile, it wouldn't like live up to the way Le Sserafim is performing it.
I think it will be not. It will live up to Le Sserafim what they're doing, but I feel like IVE won't perform the same as they're doing right now. It will be.
Oh, you think if they performed Anti-Fragile, they would up it?
Yeah, but they won't up the original version.
I don't agree with that.
Because it's not the same concept. It's not the same vibe.
It's not that different, though. Because I don't think Anti-Fragile is a whole world different than Love Dive or After Like. They're obviously different, but I just don't think, like, it's so different. It's not like Girl Crush versus a cute concept. They're still both technically Girl Crush-y. Esque. Ish. That's it.
Maybe.
As for stage presence and lip syncing and all that jazz, it's the safe way. It's a safe way to perform.
It's the safe way, and I think it's the way that the music shows want to have the stuff on. Je sais pas. Je sais pas comment dire. I don't know how to say it.
It just makes for a perfected performance.
Yeah, I think because Music Bank, the show, they're all like a business.
Yeah.
And they want stuff to be to see and look pristine and clear, and
that's tricky though, because sometimes it's like really a company thing.
Yeah, but when it's all the groups, oh my god, j'arrête pas de couler.
Do you want a napkin?
I want a napkin. I don't know how to say it.
It's okay. We'll just move on to the next one.
Okay. Let's cut that one.
Do you want to say?
Let's move on. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah, you ready for the next one?
You need to.
I'm so bad with scripts.
You are.
Ready for the next one? I almost died.
Oh. We had to cut something out because there were some nasal issues going on.
It was a chapelure.
So we're gonna move on to the next one, unscripted, because she can't.
I can't. I'm so bad with scripts. Are you ready for the next one? What's the next one, Angelina?
People should not make wild assumptions about Jinnie leaving NMIXX.
Okay.
A few hours ago, it was announced that Jinnie from NMIXX has left the group and terminated her contract with JYP, and people have already started making wild assumptions about it. Mm-hmm. Hell, I would too. That's me saying that. She didn't write that. She must have done something because NMIXX has not won a single award and she wants to be free. 2, she must have done something horrid to be thrown out of the group. 2, I think she was kicked out for bullying, etc. People have already started believing that she is a bully and whatnot. We clearly do not know what the whole truth is, and we should stop making assumptions so early. It is really natural for all of us to think what might be the reason for her terminating the contract when she trained for 6 years under JYP. But coming on to conclusions and spreading rumors is not right. All of us know what making such baseless rumors and coming on to conclusions so fast that too without any evidence can result to. I hope people understand the seriousness of the situation and stop judging Jinnie.
I feel like people are so quick to shoot the arrow to say like she was a bully because everybody or the majority of people who left the groups were bullies.
Yeah.
So it's always like, oh, she might be a bully. That's why she's leaving the group. But like people need to stop to do that. People need to stop to be used to say that. It's not It's not because you're a bully that you're leaving a group. There's so much more reasons to that.
I would even go as far as debunking this claim.
Yeah.
Because, like they said, 6 years of training. That's not only like a lot of money for the company to put into somebody, but it's 6 years of your life. So a company, like we mentioned before, bottom line wants money. And, you know, it's not outside the realm of possibility that they preemptively let her go because something might have come up in the future and it would have looked bad on the group. But I really feel like a company would have stuck it out for as long as they can, because you never know what the outcome of these things are. You might have to let a member go for bullying, or it doesn't affect the group. We have like Stray Kids and Red Velvet.
Red Velvet?
Had... Well, Irene like yelled at a makeup artist, and they both stayed within their groups.
And Stray Kids who?
Hyunjin. He had accusations towards him.
He had accusations.
So I feel like this can be debunked. Maybe I'll be wrong in the future, but I feel like a company would stick it out for as long as they can until they realize like we would need to let you go.
Yeah.
That's what they've all done so far.
Yeah.
They've all had some type of accusations towards them, and the company waits it out or whatever the case may be. So I really don't think that's it at all.
And we don't know the reason. We really don't know. I thought she wasn't at MAMA because I thought I remembered that there was only 6 people, but she was there.
There's 7 members, I think.
Yeah, there's 7. Okay. There were 7, but yeah, she was the 7th member. So there was 7 people. Like, I think it's because when they rolled the die is cast, it landed on 6. And I was like...
That's such a stretch!
I was like, oh my God, now they're like a dice, there is 6. Like, it's sad that it works so well for Mama because she's not there, but she was there. I was wrong in my little head. And
do you know what her part is in the song?
No.
Oh,
I don't even know.
She's
the chuck-chucking foot? No!
Yeah.
She's the chuck-chucking foot?
I hated that part.
I hate that part.
But I love it now. Give me anything NMIXX. I'm so pissed too because I just got into NMIXX.
Got into them.
And she goes on and leaves. Yeah. Not that I knew any of the members, but
yeah. But what if it happened with Itzy? Because Somi was supposed to debut with them. What if she debuted with them and then she left?
That would suck.
What would it be? Like, would it be the same? Would people say that Somi was a something else, or she was doing something like probably not good for the people?
It's possible. If they're doing it to Jinnie, I have no doubt they would have done it to Somi as well.
But she trained like what, 11 years with JYP?
A long time.
A freaking long time, like too much time.
And
she left
up and leave.
Yeah,
for the black label.
She left for the black label. She didn't debut with Itzy, but she was in the lineup. So
yeah, there was like pre-debut photos that were leaked, and she was in them.
So like it's kind of the same, just because Somi didn't debut with Itzy, she didn't have any rumors, and Jinnie does have rumors.
Yeah, but it just goes to show that lineup changes happen all the time, and it can be just random as hell. This doesn't suit me anymore. It must be fucking hard to be an idol.
It is, and you don't sleep. You really don't sleep. I remember, I think it was Ashley who said that she didn't have her periods for like 10 years or so, like 5 years.
And they wanted to do surgery on her knees because they weren't aesthetic enough.
Yeah. Like it's stressful.
Brutal.
It's brutal. You don't eat well.
You don't eat well. You don't sleep well. And like I mentioned before, how would you know that this isn't for you as a job unless you tried it out?
Exactly.
It might be your ultimate dream, and then you get to it and you're like, crap. Like,
exactly. Because yes, you're a trainee, but you have like a small portions of what is to be an idol. You only have the training part. You don't have the performance part. You don't have the, like, I need to be spot on every day. I need to have a smile on my face every day, even if I don't have a good day.
Yeah, the pressure is insane. I've seen articles of, like, these male idols have let themselves go. And it's just pictures of idols, like, randomly, not even like at work, they're just randomly existing, and they have like a mustache, and they're like they've let themselves go, and
or
it's
they
like,
don't have their abs anymore. They're just like having like 1 or 2 pounds difference.
So I can imagine it's not what it seems to be. And in the past, you would be stuck in that contract. Like SM Entertainment has had so many lawsuits of people being like, you're not treating me fairly, you're not paying me very well, and I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And
they were stuck.
That's why I'm glad that idols are leaving now.
Yeah.
They get to leave, they get to go do whatever the hell they want.
Before it was slavery contracts.
Yeah, like a 12-year contract. Who does that? I think because TVXQ, the 3 members, sued SM, now there's less contracts. Well, less time with the contract.
Yeah, now it's a 7-year contract. Well,
I think even lower.
Now it's lower, but it started from 15 to 11. I think it was 15 years.
I think TVXQ were in a 12-year contract. That's still long as hell.
I think Shiny was maybe on a 12 too. But 12 to 7, so they cut it in half.
Yeah.
And now it's 7 to like maybe 5
Maybe
years.
even less, because some of these, I was reading something and it's like her contract was ended and she didn't renew, and it was like a year after she debuted.
Jinnie?
No, somebody else. But
okay.
It's like, okay, so I guess the contract was really short then.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
But that's why we said earlier we're glad idols can leave now, because before they literally had no other choice but to continue in this life that they didn't want to live.
Yeah, but maybe I would be scared if I debut in a group and my contract is only for 3 years. It's 11, it's too much. 11 or 12, it's too much. But 7 is a good amount because you know that the company is kind of serious in your contract and they're serious in your group, that they wanted to work well. It's just because sometimes groups takes up to like 5 years to blow up.
Yeah.
And so if they took up to 5 years, they didn't make enough money to the company to have the idols themselves to do money. Because until they don't repay the company, they don't do money on their side. So it took them 5 years to have a paycheck. So if your contract is 3 years, you have 3 years to blow up to have a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's why I would be scared if I signed to a company for a contract for 3 years. That's why I feel like 7 years, yes, you're kind of stuck in it for 7 years.
Well, I don't think you're stuck anymore.
You have enough time to do money, to have a paycheck, to blow up, to give you time to like... Of course, they can cancel the project anytime, but I feel like you have more time. Do you know what I get?
Do you know we're like way off topic.
No, I know, but I feel like
get
it's
what you
like
mean.
that.
The next one.
Yeah.
What's up with Itzy?
Moving on from So Me to Itzy.
From what?
So Me to Itzy.
So Me to... Oh, speaking of So Me, the next one is about Itzy. Not really a rant, more of a complaint. Oh. I don't know about anyone else, but I just haven't been able to really get into Itzy since Loco and Voltage. And even then, I wasn't entirely feeling it. Did I write this? Am I secretly on Reddit? I was hoping I would love Cheshire, but no such luck. I know you can't win them all, and I know there's people who do love the songs they've released as of late. It's just not for me. I feel like they're also skewing a bit of Twice. Or is that just me? Most of the groups I listen to on repeat are JYP groups. I've definitely noticed the similarities in some of the groups and their concept sounds, just because the same machine is creating this, and that's fine. But I felt like they stood apart from Twice with In the Morning, Icy, and Not Shy. But the last few comebacks, to me, sound like they could have easily been Twice comebacks, and especially this recent comeback. I mean... I'm wondering if others feel the same way. And again, no hate or anything. I'm just expressing my thoughts. I still love Itzy as a group. I just like their edgier side more, I guess, because Not Shy and In the Morning are still my top Itzy songs.
In the Morning is the best song.
I hated it at first. But
I love it. People love to hate on that song, but I love that song.
I feel like in the past, like with Not Shy, Icy, Dala Dala, In the Morning, they were polarizing songs, yes. People didn't immediately love it or immediately hate it, but they were such fantastic growers. They grew on people so well. And now suddenly, like, especially since Loco, it's just it doesn't really grow on you.
Yeah, I maybe I will sound like a broken record, but I don't like any songs from Itzy since, like, I wasn't even really in love with Loco.
Yeah, me either. It did like blow up. I feel like people learned the choreography of it so much. But then like Sneakers,
no,
Boys Like You,
no,
Cheshire,
it's okay.
It's just
it's just okay. It's like they redeemed themselves a bit.
A little bit, but it does sound like Twice. I swear Twice could have sang that.
Yeah, but if you like NMIXX, they sound like Twice, Itzy, and Stray Kids at the same time.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, they do.
Twice would never. They would never. Come on.
For Dice? Yeah.
They would never.
Yeah, for Dice. They had a breakdance like Itzy.
Do you really?
They had a chant like Twice.
Everybody chants.
No, but it's like kind
Can
of
you
the
really
thing
picture
of Twice.
Twice? Can you?
And they had like the sounds from Stray Kids.
That one sound that was
JYP is making in NMIXX the mashup of their big groups, of their three big groups.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Can you really picture Twice saying,
yeah,
big waves, Piatima?
No, because that's the concept of NMIXX, to mix the concepts. That's why I'm saying they are a mashup of the big three groups that they have in JYP: Twice, NMIXX, and Stray Kids.
I don't
because
really
there's like
agree with
literally that. 3 songs in that freaking song. Yes, they have 3 concepts in that song.
I disagree, and I think that Cheshire sounds like it could be a Twice song.
Yeah, and it could be an NMIXX song too.
I don't think so.
No.
We need to get to. I would say we need to get to know NMIXX's sound a little bit better, but they only have like 2 songs. But they're pretty consistent with. Why are you laughing at me?
I just find it funny that now you're so like, I love NMIXX. I want to defend them to my heart.
I'll die for NMIXX. Watch out.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, back to Itzy. It sounds mean to say, and I feel bad because I'm sure like Itzy feels a certain way towards their music, and they're probably being forced to release these songs.
Yeah.
And people keep making edits like, guys, Itzy know that you guys keep clowning Sneakers and it hurts their hearts. And it's like, well, shit, like, it's a funny song.
It is.
Put my sneakers
on.
Get ready to head into set.
Yeah.
It's a hilarious ass song. I think they should have just went with what the fans were saying and made it a prank.
I feel like JYP should have released that, except of Groove. That's a JYP song.
Groove?
No, Sneakers. Can you just picture JYP singing Sneakers? Put my sneakers on.
I had a theory, actually.
It's a JYP
that
song.
JYP, he writes music for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll release music sometimes, but most of the time I think he tries to like bully the groups into releasing songs that he would release himself. Like, he writes a song for himself and he's like, you know what? I'm actually going to give this to Itzy. I'm actually going to give this to Twice.
Yeah.
Because I think he's really into like retro groovy stuff.
Yeah.
And that was just my little theory.
Yeah, because Groove is so much better than Sneakers, but I feel like Groove is the same genre as Sneakers.
I don't know. I don't,
because for sure it's not an American artist or another in-house artist who wrote Sneakers. It's JYP who did it.
Do they have in-house artists at JYP?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I keep seeing on TikTok like, I wrote a song for Twice. I wrote a song for this
it's the same girl, right?
No, it's all different people. They're all like random people
because there's
who
really
write songs.
one girl that do write songs, and it often it's given to Itzy and Twice. And
I've seen her too, but I just think like someone mentioned in a comment of mine that Itzy songs are like fast fashion.
Yeah, it is. It is
just fast fashion. Not a lot of thought put into it, but they just release things to release things, which would make sense with the earlier thing that we read, that companies are just in it for the money.
Yeah, it
makes sense that they would just release anything.
Yeah.
And not put too much thought into it. Even though I'm sure there's probably so much thought that goes into it, and it's a lovely collaboration of ideas. But the point is, a lot of people aren't liking Itzy's music recently.
No.
So
I think it's because maybe people were complaining that the fact that Itzy, their songs, they always have the same message.
I remember that.
And now they changed it until, well, Mafia, it wasn't the same message.
Not really.
And they had so much backlash with Mafia just because, oh my God, you're like putting on a pedestal mafios and blah, 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 when it was a freaking game reference. But anyways, it could have been like werewolves in the morning instead. What is the name of the game? It's the name of the game.
Werewolves?
Yeah.
Because we just saw Wednesday.
No.
I'm just thinking of... No. That's the first thing that came into my head.
It's because
I get
French, in French it's Le Loup-Garou de Tiercelieu is Mafia. So it's the werewolf game.
It's
the same.
The visual I had was so funny. Just the nails.
But like they had backlash with Mafia, so I feel like Loco was the next. So they rewinded back to their initial vibe. They
just changed sound so drastically, kind of like Twice did.
Yeah.
But it's just not a sound that stands out. Like their debut songs stood out so much.
Yeah.
Because they were polarizing, and then suddenly they're going a safer route.
They're going a safer route, but they don't know where to go because people kept complaining about the fact that it always sound the same, but it was always the same message.
Yeah, and
so now they're trying to find a new message and they don't know what it is yet.
To me, Sneakers was an attempt at getting back to that vibe that they debuted with, but failing horribly.
Yeah, Dala Dala was so much better.
Because Sneakers is weird as hell, and some of their debut-ish songs, again, are polarizing. So I feel like they just tried to go back and it didn't work at all. So
they need to refine their color.
Yeah, like there was nothing wrong with their teen crush Love Myself.
I loved it.
People will complain about everything, but like I don't know why you would change that. Like it was consistent. I liked it. But yeah, unfortunately, we all hope for a better musical future for Itzy at this point.
Yes. And it's because of Itzy and Twice that when JYP released the blind packages for NMIXX, people bought NMIXX not knowing what it was because they said JYP never fails with girl groups. And now people were all backlashing on it.
Yeah.
And now, well, she loves it now. So I guess it's a big grower.
Yeah.
I'm not on that train yet.
You will be.
But
trust you will be.
Put my sneakers on.
Oh, we forgot to mention. Here's a little break in the podcast. Yeah. New couch. Hello.
Yeah.
New blanket.
ZTs. Everybody. ZTs.
That's my favorite picture of Mingi. And Dongo. Oh, no, he's not cut off there.
He's not cut off.
Oh, you know he's cut. Beautiful. My mom got this for me.
She tried really hard. It's so cute. I want one now.
I'll ask her to order a second one for the podcast.
I tried to do a design on my side.
You did?
Yeah. I tried, but
you need the same one though.
I didn't order it, so.
And then we hope to get like a pillow in the middle that says Kpop canceled. But then where would the dogs go?
Well, they're still there. They're not supposed to be there.
They're not allowed on the couch. But...
Don't tell her mom.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one.
Yep.
Self-produced music isn't automatically superior.
True.
We'll see. Okay. I respect the hell out of artists that have the capability and creative freedom to produce their own songs because it's something that's very challenging to do. What I wish fans would stop doing is using that as an insult to bring down other groups' artists who don't do so as if somehow they are inferior. Self-produced doesn't equal good, just like songs made by a company doesn't equal bad. Considering the vast majority of K-pop groups don't make their own music, let's not start pretending like the genre is bad all of a sudden. K-pop is a culmination of so many factors coming together, and I wish people would get away from using self-produced as a barometer
I don't know how to say it, but I know what it is.
For whether or not a group's music should qualify as good or deserving of recognition, awards, and so on.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Do tell. I have a very differing opinion. Slightly differing.
I agree because I don't know. Well, I can't say who's bad and who's not. For me, I'm listening to people who's doing their own songs, and for me, in my heart, it's good. It's amazing. But
not everyone you listen to does their own songs.
No, because it's not everyone who can do their songs, or they don't have the power to do it. But sometimes, even if it's a song who's bought by the company, they ask to, usually it's the rappers who come in the office, change the lyrics, do their own parts. That's not all the time, though. No, but sometimes it is. Or sometimes it's not.
I'll say something a little controversial.
Go.
Sometimes it's better that idols do not participate in the making of their music.
Mm-hmm. They're not trained to do that.
Because sometimes it sucks ass. Like, I'm not going to name specific songs or anything, but there's some raps in some songs or some parts of a song where the idol participated, and it's like, oh my God. You can tell. You can tell.
And they're not trained to do that. And it takes it takes artistry to do it.
It takes talent.
But it takes so much time and effort and studies.
Yeah.
And you need to know your music. You need to know, you need to know it on paper. I mean,
you need to know it.
Yeah.
And another example I'd like to give is when there's an idol who is such an amazing dancer, and everyone says like, oh, they should choreograph the routine.
Yeah, it doesn't
that doesn't mean that they can choreograph shit.
No.
And sometimes you see them choreograph their own stuff, and you're like, maybe you should hire someone.
Maybe you should hire someone. Yeah.
Because just because you're good at doing something doesn't mean you'd be good at creating it. So my opinion is, sure, let's not put people who produce their songs on a pedestal, but let's not pretend like it doesn't create a better connection to the song. Like, if I'm listening to Itzy from 17 talk about how he produced the song, what went into it, all the effort that he personally put into the song, I'm going to feel a better connection to that song than so-and-so who didn't do shit.
Course. But since Itzy reached to Bumzu to learn how to do it, and it's been years and years that he learns, and he still learns how to produce songs, and he
yeah, for sure,
he had training from somebody else, not like, oh my God, I want to produce, and I'll put some beats on the side, and that's
I'm not saying that he didn't learn or anything, but I personally feel so much more connected to a piece of art if I can hear that person who created it talk about it. I can still enjoy songs that weren't written by the people who performed it. There's so many. There's no way that I would not appreciate it.
There's more people. There's more groups who doesn't produce than groups who does.
Yeah. So I'm not saying you can't enjoy that, but I'm also going to admit that I find it so cool, so interesting when I can hear from the group who performed it that they also produced it and their thoughts on that and the whole process.
Yeah, it's cool. It's super nice to know how they did it because you have more input on that.
That being said, not every group should be doing this.
No, it doesn't mean if you take, for example, if you're the best vocalist in the world, it doesn't mean that you're the best vocalist in the world. It doesn't mean that you're the best lyricist in the world.
Absolutely not.
Because it's hard to be a lyricist. Yeah. It's really hard.
It's just because they're saying let's not put them on a pedestal. I get where they're coming from.
Yeah, because people try to
make other groups seem like they're shit because they don't produce anything,
and makes you look like you're shit because you're that group who doesn't do nothing with their songs.
Yeah, I appreciate when a group can do that, but I'm also understanding when they don't and they can't and they shouldn't. They probably really shouldn't be doing anything.
And sometimes they just don't have the authorization from the company itself.
All that to say, I do appreciate producers. I appreciate lyricists.
Me too.
Appreciate their work.
Me too.
And I don't think... I know how people can be, and they can be mean to groups that don't produce their own things. But, it's not wrong to praise them. It's not wrong to appreciate them.
No. It doesn't mean that they're not producing, that they're not good.
Yeah. of course it's mean to be like, you're shit because you don't do anything production wise. Yeah. But it's not inherently wrong to appreciate when they do. So that's what I think about that. Those are my 2 cents.
Okay. I feel like it's mostly the big 3 who doesn't produce their songs.
YG? G-Dragon used to have a huge
but I
part.
feel like but in majority in the big 3, if you look at that, like, okay, Big Bang did it, but since
Stray Kids,
but Twice and Itzy and
Twice actually
they don't really.
Twice produce a lot. Well, I don't know production versus writing lyrics, but they have a lot of credits in their albums. If you look like at their album highlights and everything,
really,
yeah,
there's always there was nothing.
Lyrics by Jihyo, lyrics by Nayeon. Like,
oh, okay,
yeah,
I didn't know
they do
that.
a lot actually. Like,
well, they're not praised about that because I didn't know.
I know why. I just thought of it now. I'm like, oh my god, Twice.
Because I was like, Twice doesn't. Itzy doesn't. It's only like Stray Kids who does it, and NMIXX doesn't. Then if you see for YG, I don't know for Treasure. Before yes, but now maybe
before
not.
They left.
Before they left, so I don't know how it will be for Treasure. Blackpink.
They have a couple credits.
A couple, but it's not really like.
Yeah.
It's like they changed a word or two.
What's Jenny's rap in Lovesick Girls?
I'm lovesick, and then I need the doctor, blah blah. That's it. Big Bang does it. Winner, Icon, they did. Winner, I don't know. But again,
you're missing somebody.
BI is left, so I don't know. What? Who?
You're literally
in YG?
Yes.
Tell me.
You're kidding. You're kidding. You're actually kidding. Get out of my house right now.
I don't know for 21 if you did. I don't know.
So 21, as far as we know, did not. But CL did write songs while she was at YG.
Yeah, but
and they never let her release it. Yeah. So, but anyways, moving on to the next one. Because I'm still a little offended.
What?
Because you forgot 21. How do you forget a whole ass 21 when we're talking about YG groups? She's not even ashamed.
I love it when she's mad.
So, with the GG collab on MAMA, I've come to realize how competitive K-pop stans are about everything. Like, damn, y'all can't live peacefully, can you?
Wait, what GG collab?
Do you remember? I think it was MAMA and New Jeans, Le Sserafim, NMIXX, Kepler. They all performed Twice's. Was it Cheer Up?
Yeah, it was Cheer Up. I remember.
Seriously, though, I didn't even watch MAMA this year because, not gonna lie, K-pop awards are getting more and more boring each year.
True. I'm still living in 2015 for MAMA.
Speaking of 2015, do you know who performed at MAMA in 2015?
Big Bang.
Or was it 2016 that 21 performed? And everyone was like, oh my god. Like,
I think it was 2016.
I think so.
Because I only remember Big Bang in 2015 and it was immaculate. It was...
We're going to have to cut that out because I got the year wrong and I don't want to look like...
No. We're still on that song. You're keeping it.
Seriously, though, I didn't even watch MAMA this year because... Oh, I already read that.
Because it's boring. Yeah.
So I did what I always do, which is to watch the performances of artists I care about after the ceremony is over and the videos have been uploaded. Thing is, I saw all of these people online get super excited about the 4th gen girl groups having a collab stage, and I was like, oh, that's cool, especially since almost all of these groups have had a great year, only to come online and to see y'all fighting over which idol was the main act.
No, Can I say something?
Yeah.
I hate K-pop stans.
I have a very tough truth to break to you.
What?
We are K-pop stans.
I know!
How That's tragic.
I know. I hate myself.
Me too. No, because where was the energy of everybody being super supportive of girl groups when this was announced? Y'all turned this performance into a who outperformed who competition the minute it was out, and I just can't understand why. Like, you see two people dancing next to each other and feel the need of going, X danced better than Y. I literally said that in my review. I was literally like, look at the energy difference, because it was one girl like actually flipped her hair, and the other girl just did that.
Yeah, but Mama did dirty the people this year.
We can blame Mama to an extent for filming and everything.
Well, do you remember?
But the energy differences in this performance were clear as day.
Yeah, but do you remember? I think it was in the collab stage, but she was like placing her hair.
Yeah, I mentioned that to him. Like, she's literally placing her hair.
She wasn't ready.
But how do you not know you're being filmed?
Because you're not the one who's singing, and you're on the side, so you're not supposed to be filmed.
It was literally coming onto her. Anyways.
Yeah, but
I've mentioned that in my review.
They did people dirty this year.
And I wouldn't even be commenting on it if what I came across were a couple of posts online of fans being silly. No, this was all over social media, multiple posts with tons of engagement, which maybe blocked so many people. Like, why can't y'all be happy about things? So competitive, and for what? Like, were they gonna get a prize or something for outdancing each other?
You're gonna get a prize for outdancing people.
The thing is, I don't see it that way. Like, it was supposed to be a very exciting collab stage, and it fell short. So short.
I feel like this year, I don't know, because, you know, Bangchan is always in his room doing lives. Mm-hmm. And he said that they were so short on preparation that they almost didn't do it. And Stray Kids was amazing this year. Well, amazing. They were really good this year. I feel like they were one of the highlights of this year. And himself, he said that if the backup dancers weren't there, there was no shows because it was a mess. So if he said that they were a mess, imagine the girl groups who aren't in the same companies needs to get together and do cheer up. Like, I feel like they had maybe 1 or 2 days to learn this stuff, and that you need to perform.
It looks like it. It definitely looks like it.
I'm sure it was that.
They shouldn't have done like such a big collab like that. Mm-hmm. They should have just taken one member of each group, or 1 or 2 members to make up 9 members, and it would have been so much better.
Because I remember, I think it was last year that it was the Chase sisters who did the collab on stage.
Yeah.
But they're sisters, so they can meet up whenever they want. So they were maybe more prepared.
Maybe, but also they're just 2. They're 2 people.
But they're sisters, so it's not as easier.
I don't think it's easier, because at the end of the day, they're still part of different companies, so they would still have to organize themselves.
Yeah, but they're only 2 people, not like
that was literally what group. I said.
Yeah, that's enough. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Like we said earlier, Ivan, Lesser FM, it's not the same level.
Obviously, it's going to be so different.
I thought at the beginning, it was like all groups did a cover of the other groups.
I think that's what it was supposed to be, because I saw a post of that as well. Mm-hmm. And like, where? Like, I want to see this.
I was searching for that.
And it didn't happen. No. It ended up being, I guess, very last minute. Fucking cheer up.
Maybe because they all knew it. No, it was cheer up.
Shy.
Yeah, it was cheer up.
Okay.
Maybe because they all knew that song, so they didn't have to like learn the choreography. If you're trying to learn the choreography from another group that will be on stage with you, or if everybody does that song that they might have all done it in their trainee days, that everybody they all know it by heart, it's easier for them.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today. But
that's it. No more.
That's it for today. With our K-pop rant. I was just reading one, and it's like, why does it have to come down to who does and doesn't sing live at award shows? Like, I just made a video about that. Is it about me?
Is it about me?
Am I self-centered? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun looking over these K-pop rants. The dogs are ecstatic. Look at them.
Yeah.
She looks so comfortable.
She's on my feet.
So yeah, any final thoughts you want to share?
I don't know. Because I was wondering, why is it okay to talk about someone who left a group on that specific group, but not talk about another person who left that group.
Our next episode should be K-pop dilemmas.
Yeah.
We'll gather some of your dilemmas, our own personal dilemmas, and then we can play K-pop therapist together.
Okay. K-pop therapist.
That would have been a good title for a podcast.
Yeah.
K-pop therapist. Don't steal it.
We'll come for you.
It's going to be one of our subreddit. No. It's going to be one of our
submission
series. It'll be a series
okay.
of ours, K-pop therapist.
Sure.
I love it.
Sure, me too.
I'll get a white coat and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video.
With friends you don't have.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh la la, it was hard. Kevin almost died.
Poor baby.
I'll give you my phone. Pass the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the phone. Pass the phone. Pass the phone.
Okay. If you laugh too much, she hates it. She goes bonkers.